live in this piece, and we live in this piece.
Oh, back here. Y'all see all that?
Come on, y'all, bring it on in. KWG is live. Can you see that? Up in the, that's my left.
Top left. Top left.
Can you see what?
That we live.
Oh shit.
Got 2 people in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in.
49 was up there.
Like that, but that thing a little pretty on it. We back this year.
Yeah, sound good.
We back this year. We have to.
San Francisco.
We were hurt last year. So
Everybody clowning my team, but I ain't telling nobody.
Unless you a Cowboy, you good with me.
Yeah, I'm a Cowboy.
You ain't good with me.
Okay, y'all, bring it on in. I miss y'all. Come on. So y'all can come on in this conversation that we're gonna have. We are getting ready to kick it off. Let's go ahead and get the party started, right? So I am going to introduce the 2 gentlemen that I have with me tonight. The third one will be joining me later. And as y'all already know, I'm Glow, Conversations with Glow. And I am going to allow for these 2 gentlemen to introduce themselves, and then we're going to get started. Who's ever first?
You can go ahead.
My name Javis, Javis Rhodes. I'm a master barber, Shape Up J, Platform Studio.
Man, my name is Blake. Blake Cobb. I'm a salesman. I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm also many other things. So I'm just here. Glad to be here. Glad to be on this again, doing this again with y'all.
Glad to be back. Yay! It's been 2 years, and I looked at that shit. I said, "Oh no, we're gonna have to get another one in." But anyway, during this pandemic, being that I haven't been talking to y'all that much, how y'all been doing within this pandemic? Y'all working? Y'all getting money? What's up?
I'll be getting some money.
Okay.
I done took out a couple PPPs, you know.
They about to pick us up. Got a letter from the IRS.
You weren't the only one. You weren't the only one that took out PPPs.
Nah, I'm playing. I ain't touched it. I'm joking. I ain't trying to mess with them folks. But yeah, hey,
wait for it over to spend mine.
I ain't knocking nobody for doing it though. A lot of people be hating, man. So that ain't my forte.
That's all you see is hate. Like I was on TikTok and it was just like, oh, when you go to jail, and it's just like, shut the fuck up. Like when you go to jail, shut the fuck up. Like,
so it's at the end of the day, it's a loan. So ain't nobody gonna go to jail. It's just when they hit them, they gonna hit them. And then
right, and you're gonna have to pay that back.
People that got student loans and they ain't gonna never pay them motherfuckers back. See, people don't look at it like that, but that's exactly what it's gonna be like. Ain't nobody, unless you did a lot. Now it's different. Now if you did a lot, yeah, but if you did less than 50,000, you good.
You good. As long as it's forgiven, it has to be forgiven, y'all.
Hey man, hey, just be ready to deal with. I feel like just be ready to deal with whatever the consequences is. Like like you said, get it how you live. As long as it ain't affecting me, I'm fine. Just don't tell on nobody. Don't tell on nobody though. That's the only thing. Do not tell on nobody. Take your own heat.
I'm telling on everybody. Such and such did it on this computer.
It ain't how it goes.
On this computer, and they did it on that computer. Don't take me with you because I'm telling. Period.
I feel
don't write me.
Like that's what's gonna happen though. I feel like that's what's gonna happen though. If people start, And they were like, "Nuh-uh, I ain't. Such and such did this."
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
It's
bigger than Nino.
Bigger than Nino Brown.
Hey.
Courtney Jones said that hers got forgiven. She said mine got forgiven, but I have a real business though. Right. As long as you file your business taxes and you show these folks that you got a business, you straight. An EIN number is not going to get you too far, but at least file your business taxes to be legit, just in case. You know, I ain't giving nobody no tips or nothing, but
hey, give them as much game as you can. I don't want to see nobody go to jail, but at the same time, you better just be ready for whatever consequences. I'm pretty sure, you know. I hope you got their money together when they come back and get it, so you can get it back to them. How about that?
Nobody going to jail for that. That's it. We don't. I'm gonna look at it like I hope nobody goes to jail for PPP.
That's how I feel.
But
yeah, I don't want to see nobody in jail. Like, I definitely don't want to see nobody in jail. Not behind that petty shit. Not when everybody else was getting it and balling out and shit. Like,
but you did see people on there saying they were ready to go to jail for what was that? 175,000. They said they was ready to do 2 years.
Yeah, they said they could do 2 years behind 100. So shoot, ain't nothing. Look, you know,
you can get that at a regular. You can get that at a job. Like,
and all these ass and titties that's been getting done off them PPP. They running down Dr. Miami. They going to get them PPP.
honey, they thick too. Come on with the asses and the titties.
They going crazy.
Boy, it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic.
They went straight to Dr. Miami.
They ain't go to Dr. Miami. It's more than Dr. Miami in Miami. So,
hey,
yeah, I know a little bit, but
that's your body.
I ain't knocking nobody. Sure.
Yeah, that's your body.
Do what makes you happy. Sure, this your money too. Do what you make.
Yeah, that's your money. At the end of the day, don't ask me for nothing.
So, Alicia Brockman said everybody getting cases.
All right, then, Phil.
And she said, why you didn't send me a kite, man? Courtney Jones said, just pay it. It's only 1% interest over 5 years. That's nothing. And she also, she was talking to Alicia Brockman when she said, laugh out loud, I didn't lie on it, so I didn't get what everyone else got. I mean, shit, it is what it is. You got what you got to help your business, and that's what you got. You know, keep it trucking. When it come out again, do another one.
They keep extending it though. They keep finding money. They keep finding money.
Back up Friday.
Exactly. Just holler at me because I'm the one that, you know, motivated you to do it. So just holler at me. You can throw me. I don't care. Just give me $20.
You make sure you had a portion when they got us.
Yeah.
Bring that 225 I gave you. They got us.
Right.
They got us.
Right. But y'all keep it safe out there with those PPP loans. It's all good. You know, do what y'all got to do. Make sure that you're taking care of your family, getting your bills out the way, getting yourself out of debt. If you are doing it, don't be out here splurging and don't have nothing to show for it at the end. Period. Yeah. So, y'all, what we're going to do is go ahead and get into these good old topics. I have a video. I have like a couple of videos that I want to show y'all. And we're going to talk about that, each of the videos. And then like with, I have like some memes I want to talk about too as well. That's basically, hopefully all of it runs together. But yeah, let's kick it. So y'all bear with me for a second. All right. So this is a 4-minute video. I really want y'all to listen to it and talk about it. And I'm definitely going to want the men opinion. Oh, I'm definitely going to, sorry, y'all. I'm going to want the men opinion. Give me a second, y'all. So, let's go.
You wise, right? Okay. Beyond your years. Have you figured out how to keep a woman happy? Mm-hmm. You did? Yeah. Okay. Preach to us. Give it to us. Because I was the 2 of the wealthiest men in the world. Bezos and Zuckerberg, Gates and Bezos. They both failed. The wealthiest in the world. I'm not saying that money plays a part, but it helps. Right. That's what my grandma used to say. Right. And that's all that matters. So the question still remains to me, How do you keep a woman happy? I'm doing good so far because Starbucks, McDonald's, and other little things that I bring to the table. I bring 2 legs, she bring the other 2, so the shit balanced.
Well, I've gone down the street a couple times and I wasn't successful.
Like we talked about this before.
We talked about this
long time, years ago.
You gotta keep the main thing. When it's those 2 phenomenal men that has gained so much, something's gonna suffer. And you start loving what's outside the house a lot more than you love inside the house. You gotta love what's inside the house, not just what's outside the house. And sometimes we lose focus. We start loving what's outside the house instead of what's inside the house. Because that thing inside is very emotional. And we got to treat it as such. She'll tell you what she wants. She'll tell you what she needs. She'll tell you how to treat her. You just got to pay attention to the signs. But sometimes we're so busy being who we are, we miss the visual that she's giving us. And she's telling us. She's telling us everything. Like if a woman touches you on her shoulder, your shoulder, that means you want to be touched on hers. Pay close attention to the signs. Because she usually gives what she wants. How many times they say, baby, what you do today? Nothing. She really wants you to say, baby, what you do today? And we just missed it because we so consumed with self. We got to get out there, especially when they've been our biggest cheerleader for a multitude of years, or they just come in the game late and they still cheering, even though we don't have on a jersey. Baby girl still cheering, even though you ain't got on a jersey. Yeah.
See, she be happy. Like, I be getting ready to go to AutoZone. I be like, I'm gonna go pick some oil. Man, she be ear to ear, head all out the window while we driving because we going to AutoZone. Simple shit. I'm gonna teach you that.
I would say, how y'all feel about this? It's what the Venn diagram is? The 2 circles.
They went to Florida State.
Oh yeah, Florida State. Y'all don't learn. So a Venn diagram is when there's one circle like this and the other circle and it's overlapped. So you have that circle and that circle in the middle is what's together. So you have your life and her life. And when that diagram comes together, the middle part is what y'all got together. But my whole thing, and me and my wife Adrian talked about it, Brian, is that you got to have your own little crescent. She got to have her own crescent, do her stuff, be her own self, be who she grew up to be and be who she was before you met her. And that middle football of the circles, y'all got to be together, communicate, and do what it is. But if those circles overlap, that shit is not going to work. You can't do everything together. You got to have your time. You got to have your job, your coaching, whatever it is. And that middle little football, that's when you got to communicate and work it out. And that's what me and my wife talk about.
Wait, like my time, when you say my time, I don't think that's going to fly that far.
It is. You know what? In my little crescent is fishing and hunting, killing stuff, shooting stuff, whatever I do. My outdoor time is my time. And my wife knows. And even when it'll be a time when my wife will tell me, Asia will be like, listen, go fishing.
That means you're tired.
She'll be like, this weekend, go fishing.
Yeah, that means she sees something in you that
and she saw that I'm just on edge or something, and she'll be like, go fishing. Because she knows that's what I enjoy doing. And I'll tell her, I'll be like, listen, you got to go hang out with her best friend Ashley. I'll be like, go hang out with Ashley. See what Ashley's doing. But that's what it is. I think that Venn diagram, I'll text it to y'all because y'all want to
hey, you wise, right?
Okay. So that is the end. So we're going to stop screen sharing. So do y'all think that majority of relationships fail because of communication?
Yeah.
I agree. It's more factors considered within communication, but it's a lack of communication that causes a lot of relationships to fail. And I would agree 100% with that.
So you agree with what they spoke of? So what didn't sit right with me? Who was that? That was talking after Chad. Was that Deion Sanders or something? Okay. So he said that you focus on keeping more of your outside happy than you do on your inside.
No. You said that wrong. You focus on what's going on inside the house more than you focus on what's outside the house.
No, what he said was where it goes wrong at is that you focusing more on the outside than you do on the inside.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much focus should you give the inside though? Like, my question is that, okay, so all of us got careers or whatever, building on our careers, doing whatever. Sometimes we can get sidetracked from us building those careers up, then worrying about the relationship that we are in. Like, sometimes the relationship can come being at the bottom because you're too busy trying to build your career up. So how do y'all balance that? Because me personally, that's one reason why I'm no longer in a relationship, because I found myself, I couldn't balance that. I couldn't balance me taking care of a household, taking care of my kids, working full time, and also building on conversations with Glow, and then trying to work on, like, not try to work on, but like try to be in a relationship and try to make sure that I'm attentive to him and stuff. That's like, I guess, like, if you don't have balance, that weighs you down more, because it's just like, oh, you don't care about me. You're not trying to do this and that and the third. When it's not intentional, but it's just like, basically it's, you find your career being more important because that's what's going to bring in the money. You get what I'm saying?
I guess.
So how do you balance that? Like, you, Blake, how do you find yourself balancing your relationship? You're a dad of two.
Right.
You have
That
your,
in Black Dad, Black Fathers Matter.
So look, let me kick it. You really said the answer to the question. The answer to it is balance. You gotta have balance. So the thing is, like he said, when he said his wife say when he doing something, or tell him to go fishing, because that's his place of peace. You know what I'm saying? So I think, again, that goes back to communication. So what you, instead of, if you and your spouse, love, like significant other, whoever you with, if there is a problem or something, that I think that's where the communication piece comes in. So, like, how can I be better? Or if, let's say, I need to be spending more time with the kid, or like when I be home and I'm all into my phone, you know what I'm saying? And the kids notice that you more into what you got going on outside the house, like your businesses and stuff that you run and stuff that you got, but you're not focusing when you home. So my girl would tell me, like, you need to be tapped in more with the kids, because you're not, you into your phone too much. You know what I'm saying? And that's just communication. Like, it's certain areas, even with her, like dealing with her, you can just, sometimes she need her space, sometimes I need my space. You got to have a social life outside of your spouse as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like she got to have her friends, I got to have my.
So you don't believe in being clingy, because you have those couples that be like, oh, you going here, I want to go here too. Oh, you going there, I want to go there too.
I ain't never been for that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been one like that. But I mean, some people are like that. But I mean, it's a lot of factors that play into it. But like I said, the most important piece of me is that communication piece. Because once you run into a problem in any type of relationship, like your situation, yeah, you got a lot going on, but it's something y'all could have worked through if y'all really wanted to work through it. And something that Ice Cube said, he said some power. I watch, I'm in the podcast all the time on $1 Million Worth of Game. He just said, as long as the respect is there, and as long as you respect your significant other to the utmost at all times, then y'all can make it through anything. You know what I'm saying? So, and if we ain't breaking up and it ain't nothing to argue about, then you know what I'm saying. So it's basically he's saying you got to communicate. That was his whole message. As long as you communicate and the respect is there, everything else it's gonna work out for itself, and it's gonna work.
Like that. All right then. I would say communication more to understanding. I like what he said about respect. You gotta have respect, because it's gonna kind of dictate how y'all communicate to each other. But understanding what y'all communicate, because y'all could be saying the same thing over and over, and just saying it and agreeing to just pass time. And then y'all on that same thing 3-4 months down the line. So you gotta be, your communication has gotta be something that's
So you're saying that the communication has to have actions behind it, right?
you gotta have action, you gotta understand it and have actions with it. It can't be something that you constantly repeat. But that ain't all I want to say but with the relationship thing, I would say, like he said, with balance. You find yourself a lot in your craft, and you got your family, you got your craft. I'm not in that situation right now, but I can speak on it, whatever. Um, you got your craft, and you got your relationship. And I mean, being entrepreneurs, your spouse kind of understands they're more of they got to be somewhat of an assistant too. You got a lot going on if you're an entrepreneur. You catering to them also. You got to spend time with them. Y'all gotta have stuff to do outside of y'all, but y'all gotta have y'all time too. That's for good date nights. Drop the kids off somewhere, y'all go somewhere, or something romantic at the house, or something with the family. But you gotta have that time too. But they gotta understand. I gotta pay these bills too.
Right.
Hey, house don't run on love.
Right.
And I think that's why it's important. I went to lunch today with some older women that work in my building. We went to have drinks and eat or whatever, and they was talking about relationships. Our generation is so caught up on relationships, we don't take the time to get ourselves together. We don't fix ourselves up, and we don't know what we want to do with ourselves because we get together so young, or that's all we focus on. You ain't got yourself together yet, so you get into this relationship. Neither one of y'all know what y'all want to do. It's throwing y'all off in y'all relationship. Y'all too focused on what y'all need to do when y'all supposed to be doing it beforehand. People ain't focused on fixing themselves up before they get in a relationship, choosing a career and finding out all that stuff. Like kids and relationship it's about time. Money and all that stuff, it counts, but time is one of the biggest things.
Right.
Right, and that's what I used to say too, because it was always, wait till I get some money or wait till I get my money up, and it's just like, well, it don't cost to go walk down in the park or whatever. It doesn't cost that much to go grab some ice cream and like have a little ice cream date and talk about something that y'all probably haven't even talked about all week. So yeah, I can definitely agree that communication is a part of it. I'm going to get to the comments and then we're gonna go ahead.
Well.
Something though. Say, but the thing is with communication, like he said something very important. Is understand the communication that's important too. And what we got to understand is there's 5 types of communication. There's verbal, there's nonverbal, there's written, listening, and visual. So
Hold
again,
on, say that again. I couldn't hear you.
it's verbal, nonverbal, written, listening, and visual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you know your partner, if something ain't right with them or something bothering them, you should be able to sense that. Or if I'm in a bad mood and she can feel that, she can see it because you supposed to know your partner that well. So it happens over time. Everything is not, you know what I'm saying. Some things you got to develop and pick up on after being with people for a while. But once you understand the communication, like you said from the beginning,
you gotta understand.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to understand that communication because a woman's nonverbals can speak volumes. Sometimes she just need to be touched. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know how and when and what.
Like y'all say, when she ain't talking no more, it's a problem.
Huh?
Do you know when to touch your old lady?
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about me and what mine got going on.
No, I'm just saying because
we A1 over here. We good. Everything.
what I'm saying is because you can be like, you can see that the person may be in a bad mood, but if you ask them, they be like, "Nah, I'm straight. I'm okay."
But
When
you still
they're
know,
really not okay.
a level of communication, you still know. You know what I'm saying? They gotta tell you, but it may be something that they in trouble. They could be something bothering something that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be something that and it's something that's been expressed multiple times. So it's like I done expressed it to you so many times, you just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you can be aggravated with each other at moments, but like I said, the thing that I caught, like I just love what Q said. If it ain't worth if we ain't breaking it up, then it ain't nothing that we need to be arguing about. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's the real shit.
But that's what you said, Glo. They saying, it ain't nothing, whatever. Some people, they need time. And you can't bug somebody. Some people got that state where it takes them a little bit before they respond to, they actually answer, what's really wrong with you. Because if you keep nagging them, then you're gonna be the problem.
Right.
Then it's really gonna be a bigger problem.
Right.
If you ain't already the problem.
Mm-hmm.
True. We're gonna get into these comments right quick. Alicia Brockman said that's when the communication comes into play. I believe that both people need to have an understanding. Like the other man was saying, you both have to have something else going on the outside of the us. She put the us in quotation. She also said that's very true. You do find yourself in your craft. You do find yourself in your craft, especially if you feel like that this craft is going to bring in the dividends that it needs to bring in. Then it's just like, hey, like I'm communicating this with you. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to be in the basement. I'm probably about to lock myself in here. If you need anything, just holler at me. I feel like that type of communication can go too. Like, don't bother me. I'm crafting. And it's not being rude or anything in that matter. But like I said, if they have an understanding with you, that should be understandable. But some people don't get. They be like, oh, fuck that. You putting this shit before me and all this and that and the third.
One more thing. Like times is different. And he said that part about the self-love, which you got to learn yourself and love yourself and know yourself. That's very important. But another thing is that people really don't. Times are so different that our grandparents went through the same type of stuff that people go through today. They went through all that. It's the fact that they stuck together no matter what. People these days ain't going. As soon as there's a disagreement or something, like you gotta be when you with somebody, it gotta be that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
But I mean, some people hold up now, because sometimes they need to get the hell out the way.
Yeah,
so don't make people stay. Don't make people think they gotta stay here. They like, oh, I got. But I get what you're saying though. You can't just be on to the next. As soon as dang, I don't like the way he chew or the way he pop his collars. It can't be just simple or petty shit. It's got to be.
It's not. Everybody should have a list of things that is completely out. You know what I'm saying? Completely out. Sometimes you might have to rewrite that because somebody might do something and you forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Like relationships that make it long time, it's a lot of forgiveness involved in those relationships. So you just got to be able to be a forgiving person and be able to get over stuff. That's just how I see it. But whatever you head of this Glow, so that
you sound like you would. I had to answer what Glow was originally saying, but I forgot in translation.
It's okay. It's gonna come back to your mind because watch this. We got another one to share. I definitely want to talk about this right here. Give me just a second. Let's get to it.
But yeah, man, that's why it's important for people to find out what they want to do now, man.
What y'all think about that? Can a woman pay all the bills in the house and still be expected to be submissive and see her husband as head of the household? I don't think so. And that's just coming from experience.
I'm gonna say this, man, because I be getting tired of that conversation about who do this, who do what.
Let me say this before you say that. Then mine's short and sweet.
Go ahead.
But I got words. But whatever works for your household. But go ahead.
Man, fuck that. That ain't no whatever works for your goddamn household.
I think that's what a real, like, honestly, I ain't even gonna say a real man because they're speaking, like, I don't like to go into real, this, that, whatever. My definition ain't everybody's definition.
Yeah.
So, my thing is, a man is not gonna want, a true man, I ain't gonna say a true man is not gonna want his woman to do everything. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? However, if that's the situation and it works for their relationship and the respect is there in their household, she respect him, because what it seems like is just because she's doing everything and put the shoe on the other foot, because women already expect the man to do everything. So that means that, you know what I'm saying? So it's really about respect. So as long as your relationship works for what it works for, and y'all respect each other, and the goal is to seek this ultimate happiness within your relationship, then, hey, man, life give you ups and downs, man. And You can't put no label 50, 50, 100, 100. However you want to do it in your relationship will make you and your spouse happy. End of the story.
Okay, so you mentioned that life gives you up and downs.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's very understandable. Been there, done that. But
Okay.
what if the situation is that, like it clearly says, the woman paying all the bills, and this man is still looking for her to be submissive? I
Okay.
don't think it can happen.
Okay. So.
I don't think it can
I
happen.
got a question.
But men are not men submissive to women too.
But before that, define submissive real quick. Define submissive real quick. Can you do that?
Submissive is being submitting to your mate, meaning that I guess my submissive would be like, I don't even want to talk about sex, like just having dinner on the table, or I guess everybody's submissive would be different.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm about to tell you what
So it's a set of guidelines y'all have, you say?
I'm about to tell you the definition. Ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient and passive. That's
right.
The definition of submissive. So go from there.
So that's on both sides, correct? So okay, so with that being said, if that's on both sides, if a man is making all the money, paying all the bills, let
me tell you something from me being a woman. If a man comes in, I'm going to say from my perspective, if a man comes in and if he's paying all my bills, we spending time together, we doing what we're supposed to do, whatever works for us, damn right I'm going to be submissive. Why wouldn't I be submissive to him?
Why is it okay one way without the other?
Huh?
Why is it okay one way without the other? Just playing devil's advocate.
It doesn't have to be one way. It can be both ways. Like if y'all want to go half and half on bills, y'all coming in, y'all paying the bills on time like how they supposed to be. Y'all 50-50 with this and then the third. Right. I'm still going to be submissive to my man, even if he paying all the bills or if he paying half of the bills. But if I'm paying all those bills, you can miss me with that fuck shit because I'm not being submissive to you. What the fuck am I being submissive for?
Why did your mouth get more jazzy when you start making more money and paying bills?
I can only shake my head. That's all I can do because at the end of the day, what people forget is at the end of the day we are in a partnership. Whatever make me better. If a man is sitting at home all day while a woman working, she need to be encouraging, coming home and encouraging him every day to be able to get on his shit to where he's equally, you know what I'm saying? They equally yoked. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. For a relationship to work, as I get better, you need to be getting better. As I'm elevating in life, you need to be elevating in life. So we make each other better. We are a team. It's a us thing. Like she said.
But what if I'm coming home?
Today, it's that you saying you're not submissive to a man, it's because you don't respect him. That goes back to that respect.
Yeah, because you make more money than him. You make more money than him, you don't respect him.
I don't gotta respect you. I don't gotta submit to you because I make more and I pay all. Nigga, you can't do this, you can't do that, and that's what goes to talking down on the man. Now he discouraged. Now you gotta worry about a man instead of going to look for a job. He going to go knock down something else while you at work. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not encouraging him to be better. You're knocking him down.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this. I'm not coming home every day and encouraging my man to go find a job. I'm encouraging him to find a job, but I'm not gonna do it every damn day. What the fuck I look like getting out working an 8-hour job to come home and encourage my man to go find a job after I just slaved for these white motherfuckers for 8 fucking hours? You got me fucked up. You know what the fuck the deal is. You know where the fuck I'm at. So you need to be finding a motherfucking job. The fuck? What the fuck? Oh well, baby. You know, how was your job? How was your job hunting today? Did you go out? Did you go do this? I mean, I'm gonna ask, like, you know, shit. Did you
want that from him? If your ass don't find no job, you want him to come home, baby. You find a job today.
Right.
You want him to talk to you like that, but you don't want to talk. Why is it? Hey, hold on. Why is it when you making more money, you can just talk to this man any kind of way? I'm just saying, why is it there?
I'm not talking. The thing is
you
that
can't
I'm
encourage him because you make
hold
him more
on,
money.
wait, Javis. I'm not talking to him any kind of way. First of all, I'm not talking to him any kind of way. Y'all talking about coming home encouraging this man every fucking day to see if he found a job or not. Motherfucker, he know he need to find a job. I probably would check in with him twice, 2 or 3 times a week just to see whether or not if he's progressing. It's plenty jobs out here that's now hiring.
Yeah,
So
that's
my whole
now.
thing
That's now though. But what if he was? I'm saying, that was years ago. You gonna talk to him any kind of way because okay. Ordinarily, bro. Any man, I think Blake would speak for me too. I mean, say the same thing too. He would want him if he made the amount of money he could make, and his wife didn't have to worry. She could be at home doing whatever, and then you could be submissive or whatever. He would have that lifestyle. Sometimes you might make a little bit more. You pay a little bit more bills than me. What if you pay a couple more bills than me? You gonna talk to me any kind of way?
No.
Because I'm paying a couple bills?
No.
You're
I'm
not
not gonna
paying all
talk to
of
you
them?
any kind of way because you're helping with paying the bills. If you wasn't helping doing shit, then me being the person that I am, I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. You damn right. I'm gonna talk to your motherfucking ass. How the fuck you need to be talked to? I might
But you
talk
know
to
what
you
you wanna
like
you know
how the
what you
fuck
wanna deal
I
with.
talk
So
to my
you
kids.
gotta find your equal though. You gotta find your equal. And don't
Right.
nobody wanna be with nobody that ain't doing nothing though. So I mean I understand. I mean that's for anybody.
Exactly. So what do I
So
look like coming home every day encouraging him? Because me personally, I'm gonna be like, shit, babe, you found a job, this and that and the third, boom. Like I said, 2 or 3 times a week. But I'm not doing this shit every fucking day because you already know what the deal is. If you see me waking up and getting ready to go to work, God damn it, you need to be goddamn trucking on behind me so goddamn you can go be finding you somewhere to fucking work at. It's not fair to me that you can sit in the house all fucking day and probably watch football games and play the PlayStation and shit. And then when I come home, you tell me, oh, you was looking for jobs. Oh, ain't nobody gonna hire me because I got a record. I got this, I got that, and you're making up excuses for yourself. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. So you're right. You do have to be equally yoked, and I definitely do agree with that. But you only be equally yoked when you're married. If we're boyfriend and girlfriend, then it's some shit that will have to goddamn just let loose because I'm not gonna carry you as if I'm your fucking mama. You can go stay with your mama for that bullshit, and your mama can ask you every day if you found a fucking job, cause she gonna want some bills paid in her goddamn house too. Period.
you still gonna talk to him if you go stay with his mama though?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you ain't gonna talk, okay.
No, if he found a job, then he called me and say that he found a job.
That nigga gonna get a job, come to your place and quit. What the fuck?
He's still gonna have to stay at his mama's house. Cause I ain't
That's
wanna do
why you ain't
that.
gonna get no job. Goddamn.
Well shit, don't get no job. Let's see what the
He gonna be sad with his mama coming over there dropping meat off. He gonna be satisfied. Go ahead to the comments.
whatever. Shoot, it's a lot of people talking. Thank y'all so much for joining in. If y'all would please go ahead and share. I greatly do appreciate it, and I definitely do appreciate the comments that are coming in. Ashley Anderson said everything boils down to it. Everything starts with communicating. How are we supposed to know how he or she feels? If not that I feel like she can't be submissive or feminine. She's working and doing everything. I feel everything should be 50-50. Everything can be 50-50, 80-20. I prefer for the man to have 80 and I do 20, but that's a different subject.
Question.
Wait a minute.
Why do women expect for men to carry them?
I don't expect for no man to carry me.
You just said 80% he should do. That means he's carrying a heavier load. Because by you saying that, so that 30% that you can't carry on your own, you expect him to carry. That's how I look at it.
Well, I look at it as right now I'm carrying 100%. So
that point, I'm just asking a question. Women go into relationships expecting a man to carry them. If you can't provide it on your own, then you shouldn't request it from another man. And
We're not staying in the 60s no more.
exactly, times have changed. So if you can go in, if we can both, let's say this, right? if we can go and make $100,000 a year, you making 100 over here, I'm making over 100 over there. That's 2 years. We save our money in no time. We'll be boom, boom. We're a team, right? So if you look at it from that standpoint, and we do right with our paper, then it shouldn't be no issue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying 50-50, 100%. I'm not saying it's whatever works for you, but I'm saying women go into situations expecting a man to carry what they can't do on their own. So they struggling on their own, but when a man come around, they expect him to do that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I just think that, you know, women coming to it expecting to be carried. Now, it's a lot of weak ass men do too. But I mean that's just some weak shit either way. So you just if a nigga weak for doing it, a woman just as weak for doing the same shit, because a woman that can do for herself is gonna get more. It's gonna be easier done because you can already do it yourself, baby. I'm just adding value to it. You feel me?
Exactly, and that's what I want. I want this man to add value because I'm already carrying myself. All I just need for you to do is just add the value. So just know. Hold on.
But that's you.
Hold on. So just know when you come that I was paying bills before you got here. I can pay bills while you're here, and I can pay bills after you go. Period.
Oh, and that's cool. And that's cool.
It's way for me since forever. I don't look for no man to carry me. But my whole thing is, if you're gonna be laying up in my bed and you're gonna be fucking on me, of course.
By you saying that you expect him to do 80 and 20, that 30%.
I was just joking. It was a joke.
Y'all lagging. Hey, y'all lagging.
Nah, I mean, I prefer 50-50. My bad, Javis. What's up?
No, y'all lagging. Say something.
Can you hear us?
Okay, now you back. My computer froze up. My bad. But
no, I mean, I'm okay with
100. You carry your 100%, I carry my 100%.
Exactly. And this is why we will stay in separate households. So therefore you can continue to keep carrying your 100 and I carry my 100. So
but it's society that got it like this.
If when we do get together, it's going to I really prefer 50-50. No lie. I was just bullshitting with the 80-20. I really prefer 50-50.
Bro, you said, you just joked about 80-20 now, Glow. Now you
I know,
you said 80-20 now.
She expect him to carry 80%.
I said I was joking.
But honestly though, like, man, like, if y'all both can do it 50-50, you know, y'all both give it y'all all, do that. Like, why is it expecting somebody to carry, the other? We in a time now where women make just as much as men. Hey, so why am I spending all my money paying the bills and all this other shit, and you sitting on your money? Then, 6-9 months down the line, you don't like me no more, and I've been paying all the bills and trying to save a little bit, but you've been saving all your money. Then you kick me out on my ass. Now I gotta stay with my mama. But you got your money though, because I've been paying the bills. That's what he mean. Like, us both. Like, y'all both give it y'all.
Instance, right? Let's say, I'm just gonna give a scenario just possible that, like, and this happens to people in real life all the time. Let's say your dude in the streets, you a working corporate woman. You know what I'm saying? He getting it in the streets. He making, you know what I'm saying? Soon as you know what happened would come with that, as soon as he get locked up, he been paying 100% of the bills. Shit, a year go by, you hold him down for that first year. He got to do for the sale. Goddamn, after that second year, you out the door. You done ran up your brand on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving an example. It happen to niggas all the time. And then you expect a woman to hold you down. She don't hold you down. So guess what? She gone fucking off on shit. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be one of your homeboys or somebody you close with. You know what I'm saying? That's real life shit that happens. But you've been paying 100% of this woman bills, holding her that you might even have a kid by. But this, I mean, let me not call women the B word. Females play the game dirty, man. So you shouldn't give all to a woman unless you are married.
See you married.
Boom. That's the
See you married. If y'all just shacking, hey, we paying half and half. We getting this back together. We building our foundation together. So when we do get to that level and we married, you can have your half. I'm not mad about you getting your half. But if I'm paying for all this shit and we about to go our separate ways and I've been doing all this, no, I don't want you to get half. Get your 20. Get your 20% that you've been talking about. You know what I mean? And I'll take my 80. That's what I mean, though. But if y'all both building that foundation together, getting it together, y'all ain't gonna care about it. Y'all got the same bank account. It don't matter who paying what, cause both of them going to the same bank. Y'all got y'all bag up together. Ain't nobody expecting one person to do more than the other. Boom. Y'all, women, everybody want to be equal, treat each other as equal.
Okay, so let me read these comments right quick. I mean, I get what you're saying. Everybody want to be equal. Everybody should treat each other as equal, but we're living in a world where dog eats dog world, and ain't nobody trying to be equal. Everybody is out for them. Okay, wait a minute. Let me read the comments. So Keisha LaShawn said, yes, been with my husband for 13 years. We've been up and down. He always provided, but when he has fell short, I always was there to hold things down. Exactly. I will, as long as you showing me, I know that hard times would come. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that type of female to be like, nah, we should be up all the fucking time. No, I know that hard times would come. I've been there. So when hard times do come, just know that I am putting, like you said, Javis, I'm putting back, yeah, you're paying all the bills, but what happens when your hard time comes? You're going to have to fall back on me. So, boom, I got the money to help us push through until you get back on your feet. Now, don't allow for you to get back on your feet be a whole year. Then that's going to allow for the woman or whatever to get frustrated. But I will be there for that man. Like, I'm going to be there for you if we fall short. But don't fall short all the fuck time. Like, don't feel like that you can just walk out your job just because you know, like, oh, if my woman gonna hold me down because I don't like these people. Hell, I work with motherfuckers that I don't like either, but I still gotta, do what I have to do to provide for my household. So just don't be out here making stupid ass decisions. Kayla Martin said, I mean, if he was the sole provider and something happened to where he couldn't pay bills, it's a yes for me. Right. So it has to be he cannot provide, then I'm going to be able to provide for him. I mean, for us as a whole. Keisha LaShawn also said, we make that shit work, period. I'll forever stand by mine because he always stood by me. So Alicia Brockman was saying about what submissive means. And Keisha LaShawn also said, I guess it depends on the people in the relationship. But if you love them, you would do it without a doubt. Alicia Brockman said, money is one of the top reasons for failed relationships, especially divorce. Exactly. It's always money. Keisha LaShawn also said, but what if he was only down temporarily? I already answered that. If he was down temporarily, of course, I'm going to have his back. I'm not going to sit up and talk shit about him, but let's not be down for a whole time, like a long ass time. Courtney Jones said, Courtney Jones said, this all goes back to standards. If you lack motivation or have no drive, you can't be in my space. Exactly. If you lacking, the fuck I need you in my goddamn space for? Why am I coming home and you playing the PS4? Ain't you supposed to be goddamn looking for a job? That shit right there is like, that's what tears people apart. And also, Alicia Brockman said it's not that it's because she makes more, but that she's paying all the bills. That's pretty stressful for any adult. It is stressful for any adult to just pay all the bills. Like they worrying about working overtime, making sure that they get enough hours to be able to pay this bill this week or the next week, making sure that the mortgage paid, all that. So I get it. Yes, it can become stressful. So that's why I would not allow for my man to just basically take the whole load and feel like that he has to carry it on his shoulder. I'm going to be able to help him some. Like, I mean, that's who I am and always been. So Desi said seeing you get your ass up every day to hit a clock is definitely more than enough motivation. Exactly. If I'm getting up at 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work to make sure that I'm providing for my family, motherfucker, that you should be motivated to want to do the same. That's just period. Patrick Daniels said, let's do them apps together. Everyone needs encouragement. He or she could be in major depression. Got to be one until you on top together as one. Okay, so he's saying you got to be one until you're on top together as one, like as one as a couple. Boy, y'all definitely coming in with the comments. I'm sorry if I skip over some of y'all. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. The Bible say that the man is supposed to provide and protect. Alicia Brockman said, I don't. I have this thing where I feel everybody needs to carry 100% because some shit go left. One of us can't do 100%. We're already prepared to help out 100%. Period. So, you know, the comments are going, they flowing, and I love it. So, being that we are talking about this and we're talking about a space that a woman's supposed to be doing, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this video right quick.
What's something that's true for Christians, but we're not ready for that conversation?
It's okay. Don't get mad with me. Don't shoot the messenger. The Bible never tells a woman to love a man. It never tells a woman to love a man, but society has told you that you have to love a man. The Bible says, husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. And the love for Christ is a perpetual love that is not defined by circumstance or situation. It's actually defined by commitment to love. So it says, husbands, love your wife. This is why your wife may be emotional. She may think of a whole bunch of different things, but you're supposed to love her through it, because the love of a man is a covering. The support of a woman is a strength. So a man has to love a wife and cover her wife. So while you are getting mad every time she shifts, you're supposed to love her. She's not supposed to love you back at the same level. Just saying. Bye.
Drag kicking in.
What y'all think about that? I mean, I know, Blake, you probably don't have much to say.
I ain't got no comment. No comment. No comment.
So I'm going to respect that. Javis,
I don't agree.
you don't?
Oh.
Why?
Why am I supposed to expect her to love her and she's not expected to love me back? I may be missing something, but I mean, he did specify at the end. He did point that out. I'm expected to love her through everything, and she's not expected to love me back. I don't agree with that.
You don't?
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get that. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't get that. You can go ahead. I don't get that.
I mean, me personally, I'm on the fence on that.
Y'all me chime in. So check this out. This is why the world fucked up, is because of the woman. He told who was told not to eat the fruit, and who was told I'm not a biblical person, because I don't rock with it like that. But
yeah, that's why I want to comment. I'm not religious. I don't you know.
She
so that
coerced him into eating the fruit as well. You know what I'm saying? So
but who's to say that Eve did it?
All up. So
I gotta
Christian? Love you more because you. That's where I happened, and I'm done.
You know what?
I got to love more than you love me because you fucked the world up.
This doesn't apply to any of us. This doesn't apply to any of us because we don't live under that code.
What about the people out there that lives up under that code?
They're crazy for agreeing with it.
If I'm being loved, I'm automatically gonna love you back. That's just
not required to.
I'm gonna love you back.
If the book you read that guides you throughout life is telling you that you ain't gotta love me, but I gotta love you back, and I agree with that book too, and I done got married. Nothing against you, Blake, because y'all got whatever y'all got. But I done got married and I'm living under that, whatever. I'm supposed to do that, and I'm living by that code. If I'm upholding it, but you're not supposed to love me back. And like I said, I may be missing something within what he was saying, but I don't agree with that. I mean, and that goes back to what he was saying with the carrying thing. Like, look, women, I mean, as a man, we put women on a pedestal, as they should be. You know, that's earth right there. That's mother. But at the same sense, like, y'all are the only people that agree with stuff that's crazy and that think it's okay. That rhetoric right there was crazy, and people think that's okay.
But if it says it in the Bible that I kind of sort of like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Christian, but I still read the Bible. I don't consider myself as a Christian,
You don't have
but
to be.
from what I can think of, I remember Boaz, and I can remember when he met his wife, she loved him. So that's why, I mean, when she met him, when his wife met him, she loved him. So that's why I was just like, I don't understand. Sometimes I didn't get that, but some people would take that and actually run with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh well, this is what it says. It says in the Bible that you are supposed to love me and you're supposed to deal with my shit. And that's not fair to a man in a relationship. If y'all get what I'm saying, like that's real fucked up. Like this man giving you all this loving and you not giving him none back, it's just gonna be like that's gonna make him wanna, leave you or go fuck off with somebody else or whatever. So I think in that situation, it should be equal.
Off subject, but why everybody wants people only use the Bible to support things that like when they using it to defend something, but at the end of the day, nobody live by it. So at the end of the day, everybody's a hypocrite. Even preachers, even the people that preach that gospel, a lot of people are hypocrites because they preach a message only when it supports something they trying to say or make a point. But when it comes to actually living the word, most people don't. The common person do not live the word. Even a lot of so-called Christians. That's why I say at the beginning I said no comment, because it's really all a bunch of hypocrites at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even. Yeah.
Okay. No subject.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. That's
okay. That's fine. Y'all, we don't have
all day about it. It's.
I just wanted to put this out here so therefore you all can see it. But let's talk about this little girl, with her daddy.
Hello. Dang, how you doing today? Good. I don't want to talk. Why you always tell me that? Because I don't like talking to you. I don't like talking to you. But you won't even let me ask the question before you try to answer. You just said, how are you? You just said, how are you? Oh, my goodness. Demi, why you so rude to your daddy? I don't like talking to you. But that doesn't give you a reason to be rude. You got to honor your mother and your father, sweetheart. Okay, I don't want to talk. I get that much, but you don't have to be rude about it. I said I don't want to talk. I know that. I heard you the first 4 times, but you still need to stop being rude. That's the whole thing about it. I'm telling you something and you're not listening. Because I'm a parent, you can't tell me nothing. That's the thing. I can express my feelings. You definitely can, but you can do that without being rude as well. That's the whole thing. That's the key. Okay, you don't be rude and you don't be disrespectful. Okay, but you don't have to talk over me either. But you don't have to talk over me. So if you don't want to talk and you're going to talk over me, you could just be quiet and let me say what I got to say. You get that from your mama. But I love you and I miss you anyway.
Me personally, I felt like that was very disrespectful of that little girl. Though she didn't want to talk to him.
I got a question. What did he say about the mother? I missed that part.
He said when she started screaming, he was like, "Oh, I think
you get that from your mother."
Pull that part up.
When she started acting out, he said you get that from your mother.
Let's watch it one more time.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure that I was correct in interpreting. Okay.
Hold on, wait. It's playing. Hold on, y'all.
But I met 2 of the wealthiest men in the world.
Hold on, y'all. I'm fucking up over here.
Oh my goodness, Demi, why you so rude to your daddy? I don't like talking to you. But that doesn't give you a reason to be rude. You gotta honor your mother and your father, sweetheart. Okay, I don't want to talk.
Hold on, y'all. Shit.
And that pit pork on my pizza, man.
Hold on. Okay, here we go.
You don't got to play the whole thing, just the end part.
Okay, let me get to it then.
You were saying you get that from your mother, but I love you and I'll talk to you later.
If that's what he said,
okay, I'm about to play it.
Oh, if that's what he said, then that's how, you know what I'm saying? I just want
I heard you the first 4 times, but you still need to stop being rude. That's the whole thing about it.
I'm telling you something and you're not listening. Because I'm the parent, you can't tell me nothing. That's the thing. I can express my feelings. You definitely can, but you can do that without being rude as well. That's the whole thing. That's the key. Okay, you don't be rude and don't be disrespectful. Okay, but you don't have to talk over me either. But you don't have to talk over me. So if you don't want to talk and you don't talk over me, you could just be quiet and let me say what I got to say. You get that from your mama. But I love you and I miss you anyway.
You said you get that from your mama. Okay.
So
you know what the video is? Who was behind the recording? That's the problem with the video. Who recording it? And two, if the other parent is on the other end, then the other parent should have corrected her behavior as well. So obviously that's why he said, because he might be, and from that situation, him calling her, he's not an everyday dad that's with his daughter every day. You can just tell by that conversation. So with that being said, the other parent is responsible for that daughter, for his daughter's behavior, and that's how I'm gonna leave that at that.
that's only a scenario of you thinking it. We don't know exactly.
But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You can tell.
I agree. It's a lot of them like that, but we don't know exactly. But just speaking on from the conversation, I mean, he knows prior to that the little girl talked to him like that, regardless of whoever it is. It's first off, I'm guessing he called the mama phone to talk to the daughter. So I mean, she shouldn't be letting her talk to him like that, anyways, regardless of the relationship they got together. So, because that's what I'm really thinking it is. It's a problem with the mom and the daddy, and
Exactly.
regardless if the mama don't like, the daughter don't like the fact that the daddy's not with the mama, or the mama is putting something in the daughter's head, or whatever the case may be. The daughter got a grudge with the daddy off of something within that, but she shouldn't be talking to her daddy or any, huh? Shouldn't be talking to her daddy or any adult in that manner.
It ain't her.
And if her mama sitting there watching it, or whoever they call as an adult sitting there watching that, they need to check that. However they handle that situation, but you should never be talking to your father like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Why can't she? Why not? Why she can't express her feelings? If that's how she's feeling, and
he just said that at the end of the video.
Obviously, the person that's recording, no, this not the daughter's first time doing this. Okay, so he may have asked her to record it. So people, I feel like it shouldn't have been posted on social media. It probably should have been sent to the mama and be like, the
mama was right there listening to it when she done it. So I mean, like the fact that they recording it.
How do you figure that the mama was right there listening?
Who phone she on? Because if she don't want to talk to her daddy, she not answering her phone. Somebody had to give her a phone. But with that, but not even just that. She record. They could be recording, and they could be in a child support situation or whatever the case may be. And he probably saying how she talk, whatever. But with them talking, like
respect, she should still respect her father.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Just respect. He was saying at the end of the video, you can feel like you don't want to talk to me. And you can express that, but it's about the way you do express it. You don't have to talk to me in that manner. You can talk to me with some respect.
I always do go to, you see how he went to the Bible? He told her, honor thy mother and father. But again, the Bible says that, but I don't know the words, whatever. But I feel like what should be added to that, only if your mother and father is honorable. You know what I'm saying? That should be included in that statement, because if your mother and father is not honorable to you, or if they chose to live their life and not care about you, or if they chose and there's no bond, there's no connection, you're just like a stranger to me. So she could not have no relationship or no type of bond with her father.
Well, to cancel out all that, what you talking about? To cancel out all that, they live by the Bible, they ain't supposed to be separate.
Say again?
If they supposed to be living by the Bible, they ain't supposed to be separated.
Exactly, like I said. We not gonna go.
They need an up-to-date version then. They don't pass along this part. They need to edit, proofread the Bible.
And I need my own book in there, man. The book of the night. Boy, my gospel gonna kill him, boy.
I'm ready for it. Come on with that book. I'm ready. Let's go.
Hey, but I honestly feel like marriage should be like presidential terms. You should see if you want to renew them every 4 years. That's how I feel. But hey, I ain't married.
So the comments say, Danny said, I wouldn't be recording and I'd be beating her ass for one. She also said, I feel like she heard the mother talking in order for her to feel like she can talk to him like that. Tanisha Kaysen said these children are grown these days. Keisha LaShawn also said she definitely got it from her mama. Bottom line, she shouldn't be talking like that anyway. Sierra Frazier said he said she couldn't. He said she could, but didn't have to be rude. So, right, he said that you can express your feelings, but let's not be rude about it. Tanisha Kaysen also said, like he said, she can, but don't be rude. It's a way of saying things, even as a child. Right. Sierra Frazier also said, but sadly, we don't know the whole thing behind it. Exactly. But bottom line, she was real disrespectful, and he didn't come at her that way.
Okay.
Tanisha Kaysen.
Let me ask something real quick before you keep going. We didn't even bring up this scenario. How you know she not hurt or disappointed? He was supposed to get her that day. So he could in like, I'm supposed to come get her today. He end up saying he got to work overtime or he got to do something else or he got another obligation. So the fact that she's hurt and disappointed by that could have led to how she responded to on the phone. So from the internet and what we see, we only seeing a tidbit of what happened. So we going all based on any type of scenario, but the little girl could have been hurt because her daddy didn't come get her that day. It could be something that, and that was her response, and she didn't know how to express herself properly. So I look at shit from so many different angles, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this: with me being a single parent, okay, my daughter she's getting ready to be 16, okay, so she talked to her daddy. I know, right? She talked to her daddy on her own terms. I don't hear the conversation. She texts him or whatever, but I can remember she came to me and was like, I blocked my daddy from calling me. And I said, why? Because he said that he was going to do something for her and he did not follow through. And I couldn't be mad at her. Why am I going to be mad at her decision? I mean, I got him on block. You get what I'm saying? And
you got him on block too?
Yeah. My whole thing is that she's old enough to feel the way that she's feeling, so she can express herself. But like I told her, don't be rude. Like, don't be rude to your daddy because that's still your daddy. But you still have that right to express the way that you feel. And I feel like
that I mean, she's not verbally disrespecting him, but by blocking him, that's still a form of disrespect in my eye. Am I right or wrong? Because now he can't even communicate at all with you at all. You know what I'm saying? So now if something was to happen and he really needed to get in contact with you, it's an emergency. He can't get in contact with you at all. So I mean,
he can call somebody around her to get in contact with.
Yeah, but I mean, just a direct line. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You can. It's not verbal. You can non-verbally disrespect somebody too by ignoring them.
That's disrespect for him not doing what he said he was gonna do. Neither. I mean, too. Living by his word.
And I feel like my whole thing is that these kids are only giving back to you what you give to them. You feel me? So if you're gonna sit up here and you're gonna lie to me and continue to keep on lying to me, it's gonna be a point that I don't want to hear your fucking lies. I don't want to hear the story behind why you can't do this and why you can't do that. My whole thing is you knew from the jump whether or not if you was going to be able to do it. My whole thing is be like maybe we will see. You know, don't just necessarily be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it for you, then turn around and be like, well, I'm not gonna do it for you now because of this, or I'm not gonna do it because of that. It's certain situations.
I'm just gonna say that was a perfect segue of transition because I'm gonna say this little statement and I believe it's true. Mothers ruin sons and fathers ruin daughters. Take that how you want to do it, cause just listen to what I said. Mothers ruin sons and fathers ruin daughters. So the absence of a man in a woman's life, and she's dealing with the type of man her mother. It's the same cycle. Certain cycles continue because that's what you immune to, or that's what you grew up amongst. So that same type, or you gonna strive for the, like, you see, you get what I'm trying to say. So for instance, if I'm seeing certain things in my household as a child, I'm thinking that's how women supposed to conduct themselves. So for instance, I grew up in a household, my mother, these young girls be reckless dealing with different dudes in and out of their house. As a young dude, seeing that my mother, I'm a teenager, all these different dudes coming in on my house, that's how I'm supposed to be with women. Or that's how I should, you know what? It's cycles that are created as children. Like, that's another whole mental health conversation, but the shit is real. And when a motherfucker say fathers ruin daughters and mothers ruin sons, that's the realest shit I ever heard.
I like that. And I like your scenario. Like, I do. I agree. But I feel like it's also, you know, I don't know. I guess in my daughter's situation and what we have been through, like, I just respect. I respected her choice in what she did. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, "Oh, you wrong for blocking your daddy," and I blocked him. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and be a hypocrite to you due to the actions that I'm showing you of how I'm treating him.
But look, I got a question. I just said, you heard what I just said though. But did you not consider the fact that you got him blocked makes her feel okay that she could block him as well?
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's deeper. This shit too deep to just, you know what I'm saying, get it out loud at once. But we can go all day with me, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we could definitely have another episode. So go ahead and write that down. What you say? Mothers ruin
period. Facts. I agree.
Sons and fathers ruin daughters.
That could be. I can agree with that both ways. Parents, agreed.
Right. So let's go into these comments right quick because ooh-wee. Okay. So okay, Tanisha Kaysen also said my children don't have a relationship with their daddy, but they are not going to be disrespectful, period. So that was Sierra responding to someone. Latoya Macbeth also said that text app. My ex has made a way so he can. Right. So like if you can't get in touch, I feel like if you can't get in touch with her, be a smart person and download the text app. Text your daughter and be like, this your fucking daddy. Why the fuck you block me or some shit like that? Like, learn how to, I mean, I guess like that comes with communication too. Like you want to figure out like why she probably blocked you or why you're not coming through on your end, like you said that you're going to come through on your end. So it's all about communication when it comes to that too. And Latoya Macbeth also said, she said, facts, Glow. I cut my daddy off as a teenager for the same shit. Never disrespecting him, but it's disappointment after disappointment. Exactly. So you get tired of it. I'm going to say this for myself with me being a grown-ass woman, okay? And I'm not trying to call nobody out. This is conversations with Glow, so I'm going to have to keep it real in regards like with my situation. My daddy, for instance, right? My daddy sometimes, okay, so even when I was a child, it was more of like pop in, pop out type of thing. But my mama also explained to me, you know, his situation and what he has going on. So as a child, I respected that due to the fact of my mama telling me, you know, basically what's going on. And I can remember with me being pregnant with my daughter, like I barely saw my daddy or anything like that. And I can remember when I had my daughter, you know, some things had spurred out. So let's go ahead and fast forward to this year, right? I was like, my daddy contacted me on some shit like, oh, you're gonna have to do something on your own. And I was like, cool. And I was like, so when do I have to make this change, this and then the third? He didn't communicate with me no more after that. Okay. My daddy is the type, sometimes my daddy is not no bum, but he's one of those that takes care of the household, this and that and the third on his end. But he reached out to me. I'm gonna say this happened in January when he told me that I had to make some changes like within a certain situation. I made those changes, boom. Then next thing you know, he hits me up and say, I miss my grandbabies. How are my grandkids doing? That made me feel a way because you didn't contact me to actually figure out like how I felt. I mean, like how I was doing or anything in that matter. You went straight to your grandkids. really is saying like, fuck how the fuck you feel. I'm gonna goddamn let me check on my grandkids. And I was just like, oh, okay. So did you get a new phone? Was your phone cut off or anything in that matter? He was like, yeah, he got a new phone or whatever. But my whole thing is, me personally, you should have my number even if you have it written down somewhere. So why are you reaching out to me on Messenger instead of you texting my phone and telling me what the fuck is going on? You reaching out to me through Messenger. So I cut it short, and I also told my mama that I don't want to deal with that. I don't have to deal with that. I'm a grown ass woman. I don't have to deal with how my daddy feels like that he could treat me. Because if I continue on dealing with how my daddy's treating me, he's gonna feel like that it's okay for him to continue to keep on treating me that same way. So what we're gonna do is set boundaries. And so that boundary is that I really don't want to talk to you. I don't want to fuck with you like that. You get what I'm saying? Because you're known for being in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand a person that can go 6 or 7 months without talking to their child, and then voila, boom, I'm here. Like, no, nigga, like, fuck you. It's not literally fuck him because that's still my daddy, but in the sense, it's like really fuck you because you don't know what the fuck I could have been going through within these past 6 or 7 months, and then you just want to jump in and you just want to say, ask how the fuck your grandkids doing. Like, find out how the fuck I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? You don't know this. You don't even know me as a person. And that shit is sad. So
again, let me just chime in on that, right? I mean, it's a lot of people that feel like you. I can relate to some of the things you're saying as well. But I would say we hold our parents. We expect them to know. So again, everything leads back to communication, because just like sometimes what we as children don't understand. What if our parents never knew? Or what if they was never taught? Or how would they, you know what I'm saying? So
but my thing is that I know this about my daddy because my daddy's daddy wasn't in his life. Like, his stepdaddy took care of him.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But you can't expect if it's not communicated. So if you have you ever communicated what you just said to us exactly how you said it to us with the same type of aggression, you expressed it to him multiple times. He continued not to deliver, correct?
Why do I need to communicate with this multiple times? I have. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have communicated with him about how I felt. I even done came to the point like I cussed my daddy out because I was so aggravated with how he was sitting up here treating me. You get what I'm saying? Like,
but like I'm saying,
and then hold on, wait. I cannot sit up here and say, oh, this and that and the third, because I have a little sister that he has a daughter by his wife. So my whole thing is, you're sitting up here and you knowing how to treat her. That means that you should know how to fucking treat me. You should come to me and ask me.
Hold on. Wait.
Expecting that though. You're already expecting that, but sometimes look, right? I ain't gonna go into my personal shit, but all I'm gonna say is we tend to expect people to already know, and sometimes they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the child got to be the bigger person. Sometimes you got to pick up the phone and call and see how he doing, because he might say the same thing. You never call and see.
Okay, so hold on, wait. Let me say this. I can remember I reached out to my daddy and I said, Daddy. Hold on, wait. I understand, but let me say this right quick. I said, Daddy, because I was watching something. Like, it's always been like, I've always been that person that always want a relationship with my daddy. Like, I have a stepdaddy that loves me like I'm his own child. Like, he would tell people I'm his child. Like, I'm his favorite and all. That's my stepdaddy. But fuck it, that's my daddy because I love him like he's been around or whatever. Though he messed up too, but he came back, we communicated this and that and the third and got it over with. But I can remember coming to my real daddy and asking my real daddy, I said, Daddy, why don't you communicate? I said, why don't you reach out to me sometimes? Or why don't we do the things that we used to do? Like, we used to go out on daughter daddy dates and all. Like, why don't we do this no more? Just because I'm the age that I am, that doesn't necessarily mean that I no longer need you. I still need you.
I mean, okay, so I overheard you say something about him being able to raise and Shawty has now, with the relationship in now, but you didn't get that same attention, right? That was you were saying.
I didn't get that same attention from him, but I got the attention from my stepdaddy.
But I'm saying between you and your dad, there was a scenario right there. And I mean, not even making no excuses for your dad. Some people learn it later in life. Sometimes you pick up the pieces where they
Some
at.
people never.
Yeah, some people never learn it. Some people learn it later in life. And I mean, my son's too. So I mean, I can't speak as far as long
But
term
Courtney
fatherhood.
Beth said that don't work either because I've been a bigger person with my dad and it was still the same result. Exactly. Even with
But I
me
mean,
coming
but
to him, being a bigger person and expressing to him how I feel and still get the same results, like
I mean, not just. I mean, like I was saying, like picking it up later. Some people learn it later. I mean, it's a lot of men learn to become men later on in life. So, like, you know, when you were younger and when he was younger, he probably didn't know how to do it. Now he has another daughter. He probably learned how to father better. I mean, probably if you express what you're saying now to him, you probably get
you
it
want
better.
to
And
hear
I'm
it?
not saying you got to keep repeating it, but if you want him to be there,
Can I ask a
telling me.
question? My question is, and a lot of people never go into this factor that I think it plays a lot of part, and I like it. What was the relationship like with your mother and your father? What
But
was?
see, between them, they're grown. But I'm saying, but that's a big one, like, cause a lot of kids they don't meet their parents until they're older, and they're mad at their
Right.
father, but they never known the relationship or what happened between their mother and dad. So he might not even know. He like, oh nigga, you didn't take care of me. And like, shit, I couldn't, whoop de whoop. But you can't explain that to a child. And I
My
mean, I
mom
ain't mean my
allowed.
pops. So I was a teenager, so I'm already becoming me. But I can't sit up here and blame him for such and such because I don't know what they was doing back in the day. I was a '90s baby, so late '80s, they was probably just kicking and moving. You never know, so I can't put that on him. I can only pick up the pieces from where I'm at, and go if I want him to remain around. So.
So this is what happened. This is just overall, man. I said some real shit. Sometimes a lot of people didn't like it, but I'm gonna tell you like this, man. We don't got Plan B. They ain't had Plan Bs back in them days. We got a lot of different
Definitely
ways to
didn't.
avoid females getting pregnant. But a lot of female, I said this, and a lot of people ruffle some people's feathers. How sometimes if a child isn't made out of love, they're gonna be searching for it their whole life. So, for instance, by me saying it again, if a child was not made out of love, they're gonna be searching for it their whole life. So if I don't give a fuck about this woman that I just impregnated and she had this baby, she tell me she pregnant, I don't care about. I could enjoy that moment. I was in that moment, but if I genuinely don't care about her well-being, like you people talk about deadbeats, what was the situation with the woman before that? Was it just a fling? You just fucked her, but it's deeper. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper. That's why I say a lot of people don't understand that it's this is important to have a strong bond, a strong love. Like a lot of people, it's like people like it's so many people. I got friends, family. People think you got to go through rough living to get the good living. You know what I'm saying? Some people have good living their whole life because they were made. They married. Mama and daddy been together their whole life. Some people in divorce. Even it's so many different situations that dynamic that go upon life. But like I said, I'm just gonna revert back to it. It's just when people aren't made in love, they lack a lot of things, man, and they be searching for it their whole life.
But on that same note, though, like regardless you made out of love or not, you got responsibility of being a man. So if you gonna be there,
Again, but here to it. How
huh?
many men I can name? I can't name. Ain't none of my homeboys slack when it comes to fatherhood. But it's just you can go back in that time. You said we '80s babies.
Oh
It's a
yeah, I
lot of
mean, yeah.
you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it. I mean, that was a time where hey, it's like I said, you sticking and moving. It's the '80s, '70s, '80s. Love, when you was born, '70s, '70s. You said you was.
But people harsh reality of that though. That's how the point of me bringing that up was people hate the harsh reality of that.
Yeah,
That's
most
why when I said
definitely.
what was their relationship like, I didn't mean nothing by it. It's just people accept that harsh reality that I wasn't made in love. I was just Jay-Z say Pops tried to get a nut and he got a nut. You know what I'm saying? That's just
I believe I was made from love because my mom and daddy were in a relationship, even though they were very young.
Love is different. It's different. You know what I'm saying? But if it was just like, you know, a lot of people here and they weren't made in love. They were just made in that moment.
I guess.
I mean, it's the truth. It's definitely the truth.
But I don't want to search my whole life looking for love.
I mean, you look in this day and time, they say chase the bag. There's a lot of babies out here being made off of chasing a bag. And now, you know, 10, 15 years from now, they're going to be.
Gonna grow up chasing the bag.
No, I'm saying like, oh, you know, you got a lot of kids going to be made off of $40. I'm just saying.
That's what it is.
Okay, y'all. So I greatly appreciate y'all men giving me y'all input on this situation. But it would be more to look into, but it's just like, yeah, I'm waiting for him to be the bigger person now. And I think like if he was to come to me and be the bigger person, we'll be straight. I mean, me personally, I was brought up not to hold grudges against anyone. So I mean, that's my daddy and I still love him. But you know, some things will have to change. So let's go ahead and switch up the dynamic.
One thing, I just want to say one thing though. A lot of things people you end up breaking your own heart even more by wasting time spending energy on things that don't work. Because I seen a girl said she reached out to her father and tried. It's like she tried to be the bigger person and it didn't work. Boom. Okay, you see that. Now you try to reach out to your parent. It's not working. He not being a bigger person. So dead. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing to do because you're going to continue to trying to make it better and better and better. You wasting your energy because people are who they are. And like I said, some people never learn certain things. So you waste. It's like beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to get nothing out of it. You pouring your energy into something that's never be right. So you just accept life as what it is and move forward in the best way you can.
Yep. I ain't holding no grudges. I just know how to love on my kids and keep it moving. Let's go ahead and share this last video. And this is going to be the last topic that we do talk about. Let's see here. And I know that this is pretty old, but I definitely do want to talk about it because I just really couldn't believe what I saw and what I saw in other people as well. So give me just this. Hold on, y'all. Come on. Are we sharing screens? I'm going to allow for that to load up right quick.
Oh, no, not Karen.
Yeah, we talking about Cameron. But even if it don't load up, okay, here it go. It's on the ad right now. So let's go ahead and share this screen. Enjoy the ad. Oh, ass.
Big women right there, boy.
Torrid.
Now you, oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God! I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me, and now she. Did you see her? You saw her, right? They all saw her. Oh my God! Karen had a breakdown. She tried to hit me. Ask your workers. She tried to hit me. She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't charge me. Oh, you wanna? Yeah, she. I'm scared to even approach her.
He definitely got mental issues. I won't put that up.
Scaring me. Like, you gonna go postal. No, why don't she walk away from me? No, I was here. No. We're not doing this. Why don't I walk away from her? Why don't she get away from me? She could get away. Go wherever you want to go.
I would gotta roll. Oh,
This is crazy.
Watch how she lay down, y'all.
You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself. Yeah. Crazy lady. Because she attacked me and try to say I attacked her. You come. Look, get away from me. Oh, y'all better get this lady. Away from me. You got security. Security. Look at this. Yes, can y'all get her away from me? Get her away from me.
getting paid. Fuck, you know.
Get her away from me. Get her away from me. Hold on, y'all. It's this stuff. Okay. Listen. That shit was unacceptable. And I feel like that it was kind of sort of, I don't know, like, once again, we don't know the scenario that actually brought the woman to what made the woman probably want to hear her in the first. I don't know. But I just feel like it was just unacceptable. And what I also feel like what was unacceptable in that is how the other customers were basically taken up for the woman that was showing her ass. Like, you hear one person that say, why don't you just turn your camera off, or why don't you just walk away? Why it always gotta be us? Why it always gotta be us that's always forgiving? Why is it always gotta be us that always have to stop some shit or walk away from some shit when we're in harm's way? I understand, like, if we're in harm's way, like, it, you know, we should walk away from it. But in that situation, and then for the police to come, because clearly you can see that the lady did assault her, like, she did hit her, and nobody walked away. Being that if it was the other way around and I was this black woman showing my ass like how she was showing her ass, I think that I would be arrested. And it's fucked up that this woman didn't get arrested because she was crying. Me personally, I feel like the bitch was fake crying, just because. And I just feel like, how can I put this? I said this a couple of times. Like, this society is fucked up. That's how I feel. And just because she was crying, that made her to be the victim. Like, the lady that was recording wasn't no longer the victim, but the white lady that was showing her ass became the victim because she didn't want to be recorded because she was scared that she was going to lose her job. I don't feel like that's right. And I felt like whatever the police officer that came out there should have arrested that lady, for the simple fact with her basically assaulting the other woman. So how y'all feel about that?
I mean, just history. I mean, what we do is forgive. She forgave her when she went down there they made a police report. I forgive her. But that's just history. She's gonna act innocent, fall on the floor, act like it's something wrong. I think it's something wrong with the woman, honestly. I mean, that's just me. Or she could have seen that she was at the point of, I can't get out of this situation, so I got to carry this out. And I got to act on and put on the situation. I mean, put on this, oh, I'm crazy and she's really harmed me scenario. That's just how society put it. Media, they gonna push it that way. Society is gonna run with it and go once make it, you know, an issue like that. So that's why they're pushing it that way. We're always made to be the victim because that's how society has put it, as history says it.
The power
Blake?
phone, I think the power phone is I mean, the fact that you can record, you got the ring doorbells on your doorbell, you got the handheld, you got all at all times you can record it. She could have easily had that phone not been there. She was recording that. She could have easily flipped that story, and a black woman end up being and she be the victim. But that's a mentality that comes with white privilege. You know what I'm saying? So by having white privilege, you always know you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So she used her privilege in that moment, even though she was the aggressor in the beginning of the video and about to strike the black woman. She just turned and used her white privilege. I mean, they've been doing that for years. They always gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not surprised by it because that's something that's gonna forever continue. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, why are we so forgiving? I mean,
That's
I mean,
history. We just
that's
always
like
forgiving.
we just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's changing. You see a shift.
I don't like the
It's
forgiving
shifting.
stuff. I don't like that's just me. I don't like the forgiving.
Not give to get to the to get the true change. You know what I'm saying? That surface levels change, and then there's deep rooted
No, no, no. I'm
change. You
not
know what I'm
saying
saying? A
between
lot
the,
of surface
I'm
level
not
change.
saying white and black, but just so easily to forgive things. I ain't saying making a black
Oh
or white. It's just,
yeah,
I don't
that's
approve of that.
the history of black people though. That's the history of
That's
all
what I
black people.
mean.
You know,
That's why I said she forgave afterward.
as soon as that what's the name, you know, what was happening, something with them Asians. I forgot. I don't want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't too politically correct, but something happened and then they passed something for Asian Americans due to that COVID thing. You know what I'm saying? We've been here for a long time. We've been a lot of victimized and a lot of other things, harsher things happen to us as people. We've never got nothing, but we asking the wrong people though. You know what I'm saying? But that's another conversation.
I mean, that's why they holler reparation. I was supposed to be reparation. They got 50 or whatever, however much million for a hate crime. I mean, a hate bill. So I mean,
Right.
like you said, we've been here and we can just go back to the 60s of fighting for equality up to now. And I mean, Asians passed us with hate crime bill. It's another race. I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to be wrong about it. They got money for a hate crime bill. I mean, I don't want to step on nobody's toes, but if you want to speak on the LG, community, it's a lot of bills they've had passed before black people also. But that's a whole different topic. So I mean, we're just last in, just in the race of America. But I mean, it's not
Yeah.
we're not made to thrive here. This ain't what we're supposed to be. So
Now got more power than the black community, that other community. But the reason why the LGBTQ community has more power than black people, because a lot of them top CEOs, them old white men, they are weird like that. So that's why they have more power because they have the wealth structure behind them.
and
That's
it's
it.
power in it's power in people, like in masses.
Right.
You know. It's
We're
it, it's
always gonna
we've become a society
be
now where you can't have an opinion without somebody saying it's not right. And you can't be true to yourself in front of the public, without somebody commenting on it and saying that's not right because they don't believe in it. All you gotta have is a petition with some name on it, and now it's something different. The baby catching heat for that now. But I don't want to veer off the topic.
this cancel culture and stuff like that. You shouldn't be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody speaks something that's their truth, then that's their truth. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day is that's what I believe. I don't gotta believe what you believe, but guess what? I respect what you believe. You
There
just
you
need to
go.
respect well. You know what I mean? It
All
shouldn't be an issue. Tell me I can't think or feel the way I feel about certain situations just because you don't agree with it. Just like I can't tell you the same about yours. See, the thing is, what it becomes a place where people can't be human. They want us to be robots. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be this machine and that's what they raising our kids to be. If you really pay attention, they raising your kids to follow saying certain shit, and this is what's supposed to be okay, and you supposed to accept this. And nah, I'm not accepting that. You're not ready.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
But
man,
see
this
that
shit.
these like millennials, they like really bucking, and they ain't taking it. You know, as far as we a
Yeah,
little bit older than the
I heard
younger
them.
generation,
They
but
weren't
this younger
taking them.
generation, they
Mm-hmm.
gonna really have hell out this younger generations because it's getting to a point where I ain't gotta clock into your job. I can get it off this phone. I can get it off this, stock, all this other stuff. I can get money other ways. Y'all can't tell me that. So once you get that money behind you, that voice that travel behind it. But that's for the younger generation. And it's getting to a point, they're getting smarter, more witty with these phones, and
And it's allowing for them to dig more deep into
it's a
like,
good and bad thing. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
It's both ways. Yeah, it's good and bad, but
Gotta have
overall, I
Indians.
think
Can't
it's gonna
have
be
too
for the
many
better. Though
chiefs.
Okay.
you just,
Well,
you gotta I don't know. I just say raise your kids in your house. You know what I'm saying? Don't let internet tablets.
exactly. Don't allow for the internet to raise them or anything like that. I still feel like you still have a say so.
And
You
teach
are the parent. You
too. You got to raise leaders, man. Like he just said, you can't be no Indians. You got to have chiefs. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of chiefs.
exactly.
You know.
And you also have to make sure that you are setting that example for your kids. You can't tell your kids that they
Y'all
need
hear
to
me?
be out here doing this and that and the third when you're not doing it. So it's
Yeah, we can
also
hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, y'all lag. My computer froze. My bad.
Yeah. You got to keep hitting it, man. So
Yeah, man, I paid charter late, man. They might be about to cut me off. I don't know. I gotta see. But like you were saying, it's
yeah,
about
man.
what you teach your kids in your house. So I mean, a lot of us, um, we try to raise our kids how we were raised, and a lot of kids aren't built to understand stuff the same way that we understood stuff and take it in the same way. These kids, I mean, I always call them little punk ass kids, but that's not the case. That's just that we were raised in a different climate. We was products of our environment at the time. Our mothers made us walk around the house, smoke cigarettes, cursed, and did all this other stuff and were a lot rougher with us at the time. But now with us, I wouldn't say we're a lot younger raising our kids, but it's definitely a different environment around them versus when we were raised. Didn't have internet or didn't probably know half as much as these kids know nowadays. So you can't raise them the same way because not everybody take stuff in and can handle stuff the same way. So with the cussing, and I mean, I gotta say something about the Lil Nas X video. I'm sorry, but they got discussed in the barbershop today. And I don't watch TV. I don't watch videos. I can't tell you last time I watched videos on MTV or any of that. But I strolled past the Lil Nas X video, man. It's what they pushing, that shit they putting on TV. Cause that video should not one day out the week should ever be aired on TV, regular TV where you can turn the channel to. I mean, granted, if they putting WAP out there, they gonna put it on there too. But neither one. I mean, like this shit is crazy. But
but
have you
I
actually
also
watched the
said that
video?
too. Like I never watched the whole video, but I've talked to people that has actually watched the video, and some people say
I
they
don't
like
watch
it,
it.
some people say they don't. But I'm not gonna watch it because I'm not gonna watch it because of the things that I have heard. Don't get me wrong, I have seen little snippets here and there or whatever, but that's some shit that I feel like they are trying to push on our kids and making them feel like that it's okay for them to actually, act a certain way or it's okay to be this way. Which, at the end of the day, you are who you are, but don't try to push it on our kids because I can remember watching Getting Up in the middle of the night, like you fall asleep with the TV on BET. You
I need
got
a
them,
tip
you
drill.
waking up,
I need a
it's
tip
got them
drill.
uncut on with tip drill. They shaking ass and
Hey,
all. But they were
that's
showing this shit late at night because they felt like their kids were asleep. They wasn't showing this
appropriate.
during the day. You get what I'm saying? But now, shit, you can just go on YouTube or just change the channel. It's all right there.
That shit deep, man. But you know, Tupac said that shit.
And I said that too.
Tupac said, he said, when brothers making babies and leave a young mother to be a pappy, and since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we rape our women. Do we hate our women? I think it's time to kill for our women, time to heal our women, be real to our women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. And since a man can't make one, he has the right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So when the real man get up, hey, if you listen to what he's saying, it's deeper than just that. He is explaining what is going on with the world and society right now, and it all makes sense. Men are sensitive. Men are weaker. They ain't the same type of men that was coming up and them. You know what I'm saying? And it happened. He rapped it in the song, and the shit happened. You know what I'm saying? You have a race of babies that'll hate the ladies. You know what I'm saying? The shit weird, man. The shit it's twisted, man. The society so fucked up.
I have a dude that's on. I mean, not have a dude, but I know a dude that I met off Twitter. He called himself Mr. 1950, and he basically pushed that shit. Like he ain't with that shit. Like he's not with the shit that's going on today. So he's more on, you know, these men need to, you know, raise y'all sons how they need to be raised.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
so he's more on that, and I respect him. Like he has a lot of opinions about everything.
It's just deeper than what it's agendas that's being pushed though. You can't not say
to
that.
push us more so out the household.
Right. No, it ain't even outside the household because they're on a tablet. So let's say you go to sleep at night, you got 11, 12-year-old, and you sleep. They still can scroll YouTube and do whatever. So that's why I say, if you let that tablet or phone raise them, they don't matter what you say or do, they're still gonna be exposed to bullshit. No matter what was in my house, I still had to go outside. So if my friends smoking weed, if my friends out here drinking at 11, 12, 13, sneaking, stealing packs, whatever was going on, I still was exposed to that no matter how good my house was. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's still, no matter what, you have to build strong morals and foundation within them. You know what I'm saying? You got to build it within them rather than letting somebody else do it. You feel me? So it's really deep, man. I just don't like none of the agendas that's being pushed, man, because at the end of the day, they are wanting you to accept things that shouldn't be accepted. And if we are talking about all this stuff that other people talk about, it's not right. So you got some people that say are for change. You got some people that are against change. I'm either or. It just depends on the conversation.
Yeah, whatever change they talking about, because like being a black father, I mean, I say like you just said, man, I don't hang around no dudes that don't take care of their kids. All my homeboys are active in their kids' life, and I can say, I mean, just this is my wave us around now. Like unlike the fathers before us, you know, it's a lot of active, you know, fathers now, but it's a lot of stuff that's I feel like pushing fathers out of households and stuff like that, and I mean, that's one of the agendas, like he said, you know, that they are pushing, but you gotta, I mean, be active in that kid life and try to instill those values and morals, man, because that's what's gonna lead them, what they're gonna go off of. I mean, cause we all been raised around people that was doing such and such, but you gonna choose your own route. You know, right from wrong. My mama never told me don't do this or don't do that. She would always tell me the consequence of it. Cause I ain't got no goddamn money to get your ass out of jail. Right. So hey, you choosing whatever you gonna do, but hey, just know the consequence of whatever you gonna do.
Hey, and that's the end of it. Thank y'all fellas so much for joining Conversations with Glow. I really do appreciate y'all. This conversation was much needed, and I'm so happy that we discussed it. So before we do leave, I do want y'all to want y'all to say y'all names one more time, and then we're gonna goddamn say peace to the Middle East.
Go ahead, you first.
We in the way. I'm gonna say my real name then. I'm Javis Rhodes. I'm a master barber at Platforms Barbershop, like I said before.
And my name is Blake. Noble, you can find me on Facebook at Noble Blake Shabazz. You can find me on Instagram at iamkingblake. What else? I'm a salesman. I'm an entrepreneur. I am I'm many things. I'm multifaceted, but the most greatest thing I am is a father. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that piece out there. Let that
Black father too. Let's put that out there. Black fathers matter.
Black fathers matter, y'all. Black fathers matter.
Again, reiterate that. Be an honorable parent. If you want your children to honor you, be honorable.
And I agree. So if you want your children to honor you, be honorable to your children. And again, y'all already know who I am. My name is Glow, and this is Conversations with Glow. If you like this shirt that I have on, be sure that you can hit me up. You can also find me on Instagram, conversations.with.glow. You can find me on Twitter at conversationsg, and you can find me on Facebook, Gloria Glow Miller. Also, you can join my Facebook group, Conversations with Glow. It definitely be lit in there. You have to be a vibe to be a part. But yeah, again, thank y'all fellas so much for joining me. I'm on this conversation. I love y'all, and y'all have a good night. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Thank y'all for tuning in to Conversations with Glow. I love the comments, and thank y'all so much for sticking it out with me. I know it's been a while since y'all seen my face, but I'm back. I am back. So thank y'all again for
Any
support.
upcoming links before we get off? Because I always catch that stuff late. Any reunions, link up.
Oh, you will know there's nothing coming up right now, but I am working on a 3rd annual meet and greet. So I'll definitely make sure that I send you a personal invite, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Me and City. You know
right.
what it was last time though.
So again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Conversations with Glow. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Gotta take it easy.